Talk a little bit about the components of what one learns when they decide to interrupt the bottom. What are the things that have to be a part of one's recovery?
Yeah. So some of that is based off, in the rooms we talk about alcoholic addicts has got to hit their bottom. They've got to truly be able to surrender to move forward. Well, and a lot of times people get intervened on. They enter treatment before that bottom. And believe me, that's an okay thing because some people's bottom is death. A lot harder to recover once you're dead. Okay.
That's a very fair point.
Whatever tool, whatever works, use it. So what we're trying to do with treatment is really to help individuals say, there's more yet. And as bad as this is, it can get worse. I remember when I was at the shelter in Chicago, though, it was a little easier. Coming into treatment at a place like Hazel and Betty Ford and Karen, it was a little different. When I was at the shelter, I didn't have to worry about step one. I'm like, if you don't think you're powerless, you're not going to believe me. Go back in the alley for another couple of nights and then come back. If the street hasn't taught you you're powerless, go get some more. But when you come in here, I was a young kid. I wasn't in recovery. What could I tell you about why you need to stop using drugs? If the fact that you're literally walking in the back alley, selling your body, lost your kids, don't have a job, and that's what life is, if that's not the embodiment of powerlessness, there's nothing I can tell you that is. What I can tell you is recovery works. Because again, as I said, yesterday you were in the alley. Today you're in the bed. So let's talk about steps 2 and 3 and where we can go from there. So I got the joy of working on the hope side of recovery. It was actually hard for me on the step 1 side to help people rip open, especially because denial, minimization, justification are such a big part of why people don't want to go into treatment. I'm not that bad. It's okay. They don't always see the wreckage of their life, or they stick to the one thing that's still there. I still have my job, or I still have my house. I still have this relationship, but everything else is in shambles. It's hard work helping pull back the layers to help people see that powerlessness if they're not there. And that's what treatment helps to do, is to help people see this is the reality of your life. A lot of times what you'll see in treatment is impact letters. That's not to beat people up. That's to help open eyes. That's to help beginning with honesty. We talk about the how of this program: honest, open, and willing. Here, let's have you hear about your life through somebody else's eyes. And you know what? Let's grab on to the gratitude that they care about and love about you enough that they don't want to see you hit bottom. They believe you've hurt enough. They don't want to see this going. But I will say one thing here. It doesn't have to be, I tried it and it didn't work. As long as you're still breathing, there's a chance for recovery. You don't have to worry about, I didn't make it through this treatment program, or I dropped out of this one, or I kept using here. As long as you still have a breath, you have a chance to make that pivot. Doesn't matter what you've done before. And that brings me into one thing, and I'm sorry, I'm going to go off on a tangent here, the Serenity Prayer. I think the Serenity Prayer is one of the most powerful prayers, sayings, beings in the entire world. It's one of the best ones. And it's so simple. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. All right. One of those things is the past. A minute ago, all the way 54 years ago, I can't change any of that. Yet I see people live their lives backwards, doing things today to try to change yesterday. Use the Serenity Prayer. I can't change yesterday. The courage to change the things I can. That's this moment. The way it works is I don't do things today to fix yesterday. I do things today to fix tomorrow. And the wisdom to know the difference between what I can change and what I can't change. One of the things I see in treatment so often is people come in to fix yesterday. And it's when we can finally get them to see what I'm doing today fixes tomorrow is the big piece. And that to me is why, and we said it in every group at the shelter. I grew up in the rooms. We say it so much in treatment programmings.